Hello, my name is Eric Landis with All Sound Designs. Darren Caldwell with Conquest Construction asked me to give some electronic estimates for the Kuzminski residence at 430 High Point Circle. Darren gave me a list of basic needs, and so I put together several proposals which go through a few of the basic ideas that I have to get a project that is simple, affordable, yet functional, and will do everything that you need.
Let's start with the basic layout of where the devices will go. So upstairs in the great room, I'd like to propose just a simple high-quality stereo system. So a good quality set of in-ceiling speakers above the listening area, a subwoofer placed in the room somewhere. In this drawing you'll see the subwoofer on the front right corner, and of course the flat panel TV over the fireplace with a very simple one button on, one button off universal remote control. Outside on the upper patio, I'd also like to propose just a set of stereo speakers. I believe that you're wired for more than just two, possibly three or four, but I believe that two properly placed speakers with a centralized volume control will fill that area acceptably. In the downstairs family room, it's my understanding that the Kuzminskis have a flat panel television that can be installed down there. So in my proposal, all I've included is a flat panel television mount with some labor to put it together with. I've also put in a set of in-ceiling speakers that are centrally located in the open area down there for the exercise room and the family room entertainment area, which should fill the space nicely. Again, this room would have a simple remote control that communicates to the components in the closet, and we've got a single point stereo speaker out in the hot tub area.
Alright, so now that we've taken a look at the locations of where all the equipment's going to go, I'd like to show you through the electronics that I'm proposing. I have two estimates for you. One is the way I suggest doing it, and one is an option that is a little more simplified. It's possible that your needs are a little more simple than mine are, so I put together something that costs less and will be extremely simple to use, but still going to work great. Now keep in mind, as you're going through my estimates, that nobody outperforms us on our service and our value. So all of my systems are actually guaranteed for 3 years. All the TVs, speakers, remotes, everything is guaranteed for 3 years. We have extended after-hour service and weekends, so if you have any problems, you're going to be able to get taken care of. So as far as our people goes, our execution, the installation will be organized and clean. You'll get career professionals, not after-school people working on it, and you're going to really love any system that we help you with.
Option number one of the two electronics estimates that I put together starts off with a Samsung 58-inch HD plasma. I've specified a particular model that has all of the discrete remote control commands I need to simplify the system, as well as is going to be affordable. Now keep in mind that along with my price, I have a 3-year warranty included on this set. I've also got a low profile wall mount. This wall mount I'm suggesting running flat, although we can tilt it at a 5-degree down if you'd like. The plasma TVs have a perfect off-angle viewing of 178 degrees, so you don't have to worry about viewing at an angle. As a matter of fact, in your room, I'd recommend having the TV flat so that the angle of reflection is to the ceiling instead of to the windows. Also, I like suggesting plasmas because they actually outperform LCDs in every category: contrast, color red, blue, and green palette, refresh rate, and of course they're very affordable. The next thing that we'll talk about is the Blu-ray DVD player. Now the particular player that I'm recommending in the number one estimate is more of a networked media player than it is just a Blu-ray DVD player. So this unit, without having to go downstairs and mess with any discs, you'll be able to access Netflix, YouTube, Pandora, music, Vudu, high definition video on demand, Picasa Photos, Roxio, and a number of online services. This unit will also network to any music or photos that are on your PC that's in the system. Moving on, we have the Integra amplifier. So it's a surround sound receiver. However, I'm not using it for its surround sound capabilities. I'm suggesting this particular Integra receiver because it's a 3-zone product. I actually can plug in all of your sources, multiple cable boxes, DVD players, computer music, iPods, anything you want. We can plug everything into this unit, and this unit will distribute out to 3 separate zones. In your application, the zones will be, Zone 1 would be the upstairs great room, Zone 2 would be the downstairs family room, and then the third zone would be the distributed audio out onto the patio areas, and you also could add in the master suite or anywhere else that you've got wired. So this amplifier allows me to split the high definition sound and video from all of your sources to your two television zones and to the third audio zone. So this receiver greatly affects the simplicity of the operation and simplicity of plugging it in the first time and serviceability down the road. The next thing we can talk about are the speakers. Now we're going to use in-ceiling speakers installed into the drywall. The challenge with drywall is drywall has a mid-range resonance, which a lot of speakers installed in the wall tend to pick up, which makes men's voices or many voices in general difficult to understand. I've specified a particular speaker that has a carbon fiber woofer made by Sonance. This is an extremely thick and rigid speaker so that it controls the flex and the vibration of drywall, but the woofer is extremely lightweight, so you have a good vocal representation even coming out of the wall. Next is going to be the Velodyne 10-inch subwoofer. So this is just a small black subwoofer that's going to make the sound feel very full and robust up in the great room. And this can be placed anywhere in any one of the corners. Subwoofers are not very particular as far as their placement. The last and most important piece of electronics going in the great room is going to be the remote control. Remote controls that can communicate to components elsewhere in the house, such as in the closet under your stairway, work really, really well. We have been installing and programming remote controls for the last 8 years, and we made it a company policy when we started out to only work with systems that have universal remotes. My team has a ton of experience in one button on, one button off, zero learning curve remote controls. You can't break it, you can't get it wrong. People that are visiting your house will still be able to use it. They are so easy. So you're going to see the remote control. I'm using the MX450 in the #1 option with a radio frequency base station so that the remote can communicate downstairs to all of the components. Downstairs, I'll be using the same speakers and the same remote control that we're using upstairs to keep things consistent, so it's going to sound good and be easy to use. On the outside areas, we'll be using a slightly more affordable speaker in the ceiling of the upstairs covered deck, and then a single point stereo speaker that is an all-in-one speaker that plays both the left and right sound over the hot tub area, all controlled from simple in-wall rotary volume knobs, which will shut the sound completely off or up as loud as you'd like to go.
So for option number 2, the more affordable estimate, I kept in mind all of the basic needs of the home, and I just spec'd in slightly more affordable electronics. So I'm using a basic amplifier, which will be able to amplify all of the house speakers, including the main living area, but it won't have the full 3-zone switching capability, but it's still going to work just fine. Also, I'm using universal remotes that are still going to be zero learning curve, one button on, one button off. They just are simply the black and white version versus the color version that I had spec'd into the first estimate. I've made just appropriate and intelligent decisions to save money, but yet still maintain the integrity of the overall system. For the security system that I'll be proposing, security systems are a little less to look at and more just function. Now, we use DSC security systems. These are the easiest to use security systems on the market. In the video, you may not be able to tell, but there's actually no on-off or arm buttons. It's all just code or icon. So over here on the right, there's a picture of an empty house, which is what you would do if you were leaving the house to arm the system. You just press and hold the button, and it will automatically arm and give you an exit delay. To shut it off, or anytime you want to do anything with it when it's armed and you want to shut it off, you just put your code in, so whatever your 4-digit code is. In this scenario, it defaults to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it shuts back off again. If I'm staying at home and I want to arm the security system, there's a picture of a home with a person inside of it. Press and hold that button, and it arms in stay mode. Along with the basic burglar security features, I am going to interface with your smoke detectors so that if you have a smoke detection or fire when you're not at home, it will actually notify the proper authorities, the police department, and call you also.
To summarize, All Sound Designs is your locally owned electronics professionals. I look forward to getting to meet you. Please give me a call at 970-242-7757 or visit the website allsounddesigns.com.